Twisted Mopar Garage. Here we are, back on Chris's carburetor. Sorry I can only do so much time video here. This new phone, I ain't got it quite all figured out yet. Anyhow, I was already taking this rear secondary bowl off of this carburetor. I want you to see, I pulled this bolt out. I thought I was filming and I wasn't filming. So anyhow, I'm going to show it to you as live as I can make it. Look what you see right there. This is on the rear. These here are the front bolts. Them right there are the front bolts. You see the difference? You don't see that. You don't see that water. You don't see that. You don't see that rust on them bolts. You will see them on the rear. There's a reason for that. And if I tried to tell you what it is, you probably wouldn't believe me. The rear, which is a secondary, and it doesn't open as much as the front bowl opens, believe it or not. So it don't use quite all the fuel that the front one uses. So the front one is always constantly being refilled, where the rear one is just kind of sitting there idling sometimes, even though you might be wide open throttle. So it's kind of, let's see if I can get this off. Let's set you down. Got you off. Here's the rear, just as I took it off. See there? Once again, I know it's hard to see, but you can see the dirt and debris that's down. I wish I had a better, here, maybe a pointer will work. See that down in there? That debris down in here? Then you got some debris right over in here. See all that debris? That's what we're going to clean out of this thing. Them are all little bitty jets. Once again, the rear's blocked off. There's nothing in the rear. So there's that. That's what I'm saying. You know, if you go and you look at the rear here, and then you look at the front, you can still see where water's been in there, but you don't see it nowhere near like you do on this rear. This rear back here, you can actually see it if it focus. It actually trails almost to the top side of this bowl. See there? I mean, it's almost all the way to the top side. So, okay. Let's see if I can get the bowl, or get the metering plate off. I don't know if I can or not. I have to put the phone down. Sorry. I gotta see if I can get this apart, so we can take a look at what's going on here. It shouldn't take much to pull them apart, but sometimes they're just stuck from sitting together. And I don't think these here have ever been apart since they was new. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Chris can tell me, but I don't think they've ever been apart. And I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. There we go. We got her working here. So anyhow, sorry about that. One of these days I'll get a phone holder or something. One of these days. This is why my videos suck. But I'm trying to give you as much information as I can give you. And these are basically 4150s. They're just real nice aluminum CNC stuff compared to the old stuff. But see there, it's working apart. There we go. There we go. Hang on. Be right back with you. Yeah, the non-stick sometimes don't mean non-stick, so if I have to buy new gaskets, I do. I got some. So, I mean, they're just 4150s. So it's not like they're critical. Okay. Just about got it. I'll be right back. You'll be able to see something here in a second, maybe. If everything works out right. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyhow. There we go. That's what you're looking at right there. That plug right there is the back side of the power valve, by the way, right there. So, yeah, it's usually you see this when a carburetor sats, what's proper English. But anyhow, there that is. So I'll about bet them are still 80s, 88s. I'm gonna bet they could be bigger than that, but I think they're gonna be an 88 deal. Trying to read them. I see an 85, but they got to be bigger than that, I would think. I'll know more. I'll get them all cleaned up. I'll get this all cleaned up, and that'll look like new. Like I said, if I don't have enough of the bowl gaskets or metering gaskets, I can get those. That ain't a big deal. See what I mean here about the difference in the front and the rear? See there? That's the bottom. That would be the bottom. What you're looking at is the bottom. And that's just like I took it off. So there was definitely some debris in there. As you see, that's turned upside down. Kind of see it a little better. There that is. I haven't took the pumps off. I will. I'll check the pump. Take a look at it. See what we got there. So anyhow, there's that. We'll put that over there. Give you one more shot at that so you can see that. Chris, when you see this video, you'll see some of what's going on. Just so you know. Just so you can kind of see it. That don't look too awful bad on that side. But then on this side, yeah. Up in there. See, there's a little bitty jet in there. So we're gonna get them all cleaned up. And that. And here's the housing. It just pops right off. That's the rear. Notice how clean it is in there. And a little bit of debris, but you'll get a little bit. So, anyhow, said they're really clean on this side of it. I said a few things would concern me, and it's nothing really crazy about, but once in a while you'll get, like I said, dirt and debris down in there. You can see the dust and stuff that gets gathered up around there. Not so much there, but on the outside ones you will. So you'll see that. On the rear, some of that's just from laying around, some of it. So, but what will happen is it gets down inside there. And I haven't took these squirters out yet. Haven't got there yet. I have seen debris inside there before, so up inside there. So I am going to take that apart. I'll take each one of these jets out individually. I'll spray through it. Make sure it's spraying like it should. I'll reinstall them one at a time. That way, they should all be the same, but I'm kind of, if it come out of that hole, it's going to go back in that hole. That's kind of how I look at things. So anyhow, there that is for right now.